This conference will now be recorded.
All right, good afternoon and welcome to the ClearLines training session. I'm your host, Kip Cohen. It is Thursday, the 15th of August, 2019. This is a twice weekly training session geared for the subscribers of the ClearLines indicator running on the MedvedTrader platform. It is also available to anybody interested in learning more about ClearLines and the Medved platform. I'm here for the next hour. Again, this session is every Tuesday and Thursday from 3 to 4 o'clock Eastern. It is recorded and it will be
50
hold on one
plus
second.
90.
Don't forget to mute your mics, guys. This will be posted to the equity-alerts.com YouTube page. Today, I actually wanted to more just do an overview of both ClearLines and Equity Alerts and talk to you about how the two together can benefit you in your trading. Just to give you guys a little background information, I know a few of you in here are regulars and already know the routine, but there's a few new people in here. So let me just kind of go through the motions. So I was with WiseTrade for 17 plus years and wore many hats over the years, but primarily was responsible for being their chief equity strategist slash trainer slash little of everything. Just about a year ago, our most recent owner, Ally Bank slash Ally Invest, made a business decision to close down WiseTrade. And I was fortunate enough to have a little bit of a heads up and was able to develop the ClearLines indicator, which is an indicator that is based on buying and selling momentum. It is pretty darn close to the WiseTrade red and green lines. Obviously, I don't own the algorithm, and it is not the exact, but I'm going to tell you it's pretty darn good and probably better than the old WiseTrade lines. I partnered up with a company called MedvedTrader for their platform to be able to make it the indicator available. Medved, I chose them because their platform was made available to Ally Invest customers at no additional charge. There is a charge for the ClearLines, but the platform, if you have an Ally Invest account, there is no charge to access MedvedTrader. And so I started Clear Trading Systems with a programmer and a trader slash developer of indicators, and the ClearLines being our first indicator. We are working on some other proprietary internal systems as well. And then, of course, I partnered with Jim Chanel and Lindsay Perry, both former WiseTrade customers. Joined them with, partnered with them with equity-alerts.com, which is a trading alert service. And the two together make a very powerful combination. We all utilize the ClearLines indicator on the Medved platform for our trading and for what we use in our daily alerts. On a typical day, what I do is I get up about 6:30 in the morning Central Time and I begin doing research. using some scanning tools and reading news, I look for stocks, and I'll show you. Here's the list of today's. So I put together a list of what I call my poppers and droppers. Poppers are stocks that are gapping up 4% or greater in the pre-market. Droppers gapping down 4% or greater, and we look to go initially short the poppers off the top, go long the droppers off the bottom, and then we kind of trade them both sides throughout the day. We look for both long and short opportunities. And then, so I'm on, I start at 9 o'clock Eastern, 30 minutes before the market opens. I review the poppers and droppers, we review the charts, and then at market open, we look for trades. My partners, Jim and Lindsay, are looking for trades, and we're all throwing out ideas live in our webinar, as well as some of our customers are very actively involved and are giving out their trade ideas as well, or whatever we throw out. If they get in, they tell us or tell the other traders what they're trading. As of recent, we've also been focusing on trading the Qs. That's actually kind of become one of our mainstays now. We're trading options on QQQ. The Qs are the tracking ETF for the NASDAQ. Because the NASDAQ has moved up so much, there's a lot of volatility, especially with the FANG stocks. There's really great movement intraday. One of the strategies that I've been focusing on is just trying to show that you don't have to have a large trading account or a lot of money to trade the Qs, and you can make decent returns. Most of my trades, I look just for a quick dime on 10 contracts. That's $100. And I'm doing this out of an account that I started using strictly for trading these options about 3 weeks ago. When I started trading options out of this account, I had $2,500 in the account. That account is now valued at $6,400. I had a loss yesterday. I missed my 2 trades today, unfortunately, due to distractions, but in just a matter of a few weeks, I've more than doubled the account, and that's strictly trading Qs, nothing else. Actually, today I know Jim and Lindsay both had several trades on the Qs and did very well with them, and they were all trades that were given out live in our webinar today. So that's kind of what we do. We're looking for trade ideas. Lindsay also is really great at researching and finding really good earnings plays. He throws those out generally in the last 30 minutes of the trading day, and there are stocks that he looks to hold for an overnight trade, and he's done phenomenal with those. So we've got a lot of good stuff that a lot of good trade ideas that we give out throughout the day. We even have occasionally some Forex trades from Jim and Lindsay. Jim mainly will throw out some Forex trades, but we're having fun, and we're making money, and we're helping our customers make money. And if you have interest in learning more about that, I just encourage you to check out our website. If you have not done it already or have not subscribed, hold on one second. I need to give me just a second. I just need to, okay. You can go to equity-alerts.com, and if you have not signed up for a free trial yet, just click right here where it says click here for free 1-week trial, and you can sign up and try us out. The best time, obviously, is the first hour and a half, 2 hours of the trading day. Our schedule hold on. Our schedule, I'm on from 9 to 12:30 Eastern. On Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Stephen Bilby joins us from 12:30 to 1:30. And then Lindsay covers the last 1:30 to 4 o'clock. He usually goes over past 4 when there's earnings plays to see what the results are, usually up to about 30 minutes after. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, when Stephen's not there, then Lindsay just comes on an hour earlier. If you're interested in signing up, you can sign up for a combination of the alerts and the clear lines. That's $129. You can do just clear lines for $59 and alerts only for $99 for those that are interested. So the platform, let's talk a little bit about Medved Trader and the clear lines. So Medved is I call it, it's a very powerful, it's very different from the old WiseTrade, because the WiseTrade was just a real simple load a stock, look at the charts, and that was about it. You could only see the red and green lines and nothing else. ATR, and that was it. And you could trade through one broker, and that was it. So Medved is very customizable. You can build the platform out however you want. It's modular, so all the windows move. You can adjust the size of the windows depending on how many monitors you utilize and what your screen resolution is. You can build it out real simplistic, like this layout is my 2-chart layout. The left side is a intraday minute chart. The right side is a historical. The historical will be your daily, weekly, or monthly. And you can just drop down and switch real quickly between the day, week, and month. You can quickly flip through stocks by just clicking stocks in your watch list up above, or you can just type the symbol on the chart and that will load it as well. The great thing about the Medved platform is that we can do things that we could never do with WiseTrade. One of the biggest things is we have the ability to turn on and off candlesticks. If you want to see the candle, you can see it. If you don't want to see it, you don't have to. The advantage to seeing the candle versus just the clear line is the clear lines, because they're buying and selling momentum, they're not technically price charts. So price will go above and below the lines. So to know where the price actually went, you would want to see it. You would want to see the price chart, the candlesticks. That will show you exactly where price goes to. The other great thing is that we have the ability to add different indicators. And so we've evolved as traders, which I think is important for anybody that has been trading for any period of time. You have to evolve. The markets change, and we have to find ways to become better as traders. And so what we've discovered is we've found different indicators to complement the clear lines that have improved our trade accuracy. So we use, I actually use, in addition to daily pivots, the really fantastic thing is that Medved has a full list of indicators, a lot of them that you can turn on or off, whichever you so desire. And so you'll see I have on this chart, I have volume because that's an indicator. Clear lines, that's an indicator. If you went to use Medved right now and didn't subscribe, you would actually see clear lines on the list, but it would have a lock next to it. You wouldn't be able to get to it without subscribing. Excuse me. Sorry. I use the daily pivot points, which is something we used to use at WiseTrade when on our other platform. I don't know why I keep going blank on the other platform, but I can never remember the name of it. But our integration that had everything, including price charts. I also utilize two other pivots. One's called the DMARC pivot, which is a Lightwave. Thank you. I don't know why I like zone out Lightwave. Lightwave integrated a bunch of different things. So we used to use the daily pivots on Lightwave on the candlesticks. So we also use something called DMARC pivots, and then one that I found that I really like is the Fibonacci pivots. And then another indicator that we really like is called VWAP, volume weighted average price. We use that as for finding profit points where to take profit, because price tends to move back to that line. Again, depending on your personal needs, you can make this as simplistic or more complex. Depends on the individual trader. Everybody's a little different. I know a lot of the wise traders just love the red and green lines, and that's all they wanted to use. And I have some customers right now that subscribe to the clear lines, and that's all they use. They love the lines, and they don't want anything else. One thing that you'll notice different about these charts, the clear lines have a little arrow on the charts. That's what's called the confirmation, trend change confirmation, or line, it's more of a line cross confirmation. So when the lines cross over and the interval closes, that confirms it, the arrow will lock in. It makes it real nice when you can see that on your chart. You see those arrows that confirm trends. Down arrow, up arrow. There are occasionally false arrows, just like WiseTrade sometimes gave false crosses. It's just a matter of what happens with the markets and the way that this stock moves. Sometimes you do get false. But you'll notice here on Qs, look at this. Right at the top of that peak, red arrow. Right at the top of that peak, red arrow. Right at the bottom, green arrow. Right at the bottom, green arrow. That confirmed that uptrend. And then right here, interestingly, the lines kind of crisscrossed and then it took off again. So you got a bounce arrow. Makes it real nice if you want to add to a position. The left chart, you can adjust the time frames to either any of the preset, 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. You can also go into a custom frequency. You can even go less than a minute. You can go sub-minute if you want to go down to a quarter minute. You can put 0.25, which is something we could not do with WiseTrade. You could do it with Lightwave, but you couldn't do it with WiseTrade. You can also, WiseTrade, you would only go back 51 intervals. So this can go, you can look at 100 intervals, you can look back at 200 on one chart, or you can scroll backwards. There's a scroll bar, and you can look back for days at a time. Or on the day, week, and monthly chart, you can go back way back, way back. This goes all the way back to 1999 on the Qs. All right. So you can see what the clear lines look like. Or if you want to go to the monthly, let's go to the monthly. You know, you can look at what the clear lines look like. You know, there was the end of the .com days, and then the market rallied, and then there was the 2007, 2008 recession, and then the markets bounced. Oops, come on. And then here we are recently. There are a lot of other different tools available to with MedVed. They have a scanner. There's a candle pattern recognition tool. So if you're a fan of certain type of candle patterns, you can set this up that when it finds a certain pattern, it notates it on the chart. So like if you want to see a doji, okay, on a certain chart, every time a doji, hold on, it probably helps if we look at the candles. Every time a doji appears, there's a little star. There's a star. There's a star. You can change out, you put your mouse over it, tells you what it is. So you can do candle recognition. The scanner, you can, and I'm gonna go into the dashboard, and I'm gonna go open a portfolio. I'm gonna open up the NASDAQ 100. Oops, here we go. So this is a portfolio. This is the NASDAQ 100. And I can scan it based on clear line. This is one we created, clear line arrow or a clear line crosses on a 3-minute. I can start it. So any stock that has a clear line crossing on the 3-minute, it appears. We go to Amazon, and it just crossed on the 3-minute. Red and green lines crossed. EA, red and green lines just crossed. Facebook, red line, green line. So that you can scan for this stuff real quickly. Actually, it's awesome. You just have to build your watch list. And that's the cool thing about the software is you can have, it's kind of like the old baskets on WiseTrade. These are the watch lists. Whoops. Hold on. So this is the other format of watch lists that I utilize. So you get all of the quote data on it. I can scroll through them. This is what's called my popper dropper watch list. I watch this and change it out every morning, although I have some additional symbols in here. So let me real quick discuss how the software connects to your broker. MedVed, and this is going to lead into the next really great part of the software. So MedVed is integrated into a handful of different brokers. If you go into the settings, so there's 2 different ways you connect. You connect either as an account to trade from, or you connect as a data source. So as you can see here, I'm connected to TD Ameritrade, Interactive Brokers, Ally Invest for MB Trading, and Ally Invest. I can trade through any of those accounts directly through the MedVed platform. They also connect to E-Trade. Wow, did they just add Fidelity? Hold on a second, that's new. Hold on. I think that's new. They didn't used to offer Fidelity. Gain Capital Futures, Interactive Brokers for Canadians, it's Questrade, Rhythmic, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, and Tradier. And there's some cryptocurrency brokers. You can trade cryptos. You can do Forex. You can do futures. You can trade anything through the platform, by the way. So okay. If you don't have one of the integrated brokers, you do have to subscribe to data to power the software. So you can get data through Stockwatch or through Quote Media. Or if you open an account with, let's say, TD Ameritrade with a little bit of money, guess what? They'll give you quotes. So you could get your data from TD Ameritrade just by opening an account with them. I do know if you trade Bitcoins, Coinbase, there's no charge for data. And if you open up a demo account through Interactive Brokers, you can get quotes for Forex. So all I have to do is go up here to my watch list drop-down menu. I can go to Forex. I can pick a currency pair. The only thing I have to do is I have to go here and backfill the data. Backfill using Interactive Brokers. What that does is it tells the software, okay, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I forgot. I have to have Interactive Brokers open. I forgot about that. You have to have, for Interactive Brokers, you have to also be running their platform. I forgot about that. But for those that have an IB account, you can trade futures, X and equities and options all through MedBed. Which also, if you trade options, you can trade that through the platform as well. Okay, so now that that's open, now I can backfill. Oh, there it is. It just backfilled for me. So here are the charts for the euro dollar. There you go. If you have a broker that gives you futures, I have an account with TD Ameritrade, so I can at least view the futures. Oh, what just happened there? I don't know why my daily is not coming up on. I may have to restart, but hold on. So you can trade pretty much any financial instrument as long as you have an account with a broker that's integrated. Well, you don't even have to have an account from a broker that's integrated. You can trade through your own broker platform and just use the software if you wanted to. Oh, I forgot. I need the continuous contract. That's why it's not coming up. I need the continuous on the month. I look at the minutes all day and not the long and mid. I forgot. Yeah. If you're into Bitcoins, and you want to pull up charts on Bitcoins. And you can get your charts on, it'll take a second, that should load up. There you go, Bitcoin chart. So a little of everything. Greg says, if I have accounts with TD Ameritrade that I don't use to trade with, can I still get them to supply data so I can trade using my normal trading platform? The TD account is fairly substantial, but I don't want to learn a new platform. So, yes. Yeah, you can use, if you already have a TD account, you can use the data from TD to power MedVed. Yes. Yep. So you can see it's pretty quick and easy just to kind of flip through different watch lists and change out symbols quickly. I'm going to reload my two-chart layout. That's the normal looking two-chart layout. Now, you'll notice that I have a bunch of different layouts I've created. You can virtually create an endless number. I mean, I float between two different layouts. The two-chart layout I use pre-market, and then I go into the popper dropper layout once the market's open. And this is the layout that I use throughout the trading day. Oops, I forgot I need to turn that off. That's a couple indicators we're testing. So let's talk about the next really great part of the platform is the trading aspect. You can trade directly through any one of your accounts by selecting that account in the drop-down menu. So let's just say I wanted to short Apple right here, okay? I pick the number of shares, buy or sell, I can click from here, or I can go here, buy or sell from here, or I can right-click on the chart and click buy or sell, okay? So if I wanted to sell or short it, it's gonna put a capsule on the chart. I hit my mouse once to lock it on the chart, and then I have to hit the checkbox to submit the order, and then boom, then the order gets filled. The next step is then I set either my stop loss, or if I use a bracket order, which is something I like to use, I select bracket, and then I go over here and select B to buy, and I scroll my mouse wherever I want my stop to be. The cool thing about the MedVed platform, as I scroll up and down, it tells me how much my loss or gain is going to be depending on where I set my stop and my market order, my limit for my bracket. So if I set my stop right here, I'm going to lose $35, and then I hold my mouse down and I move it down to set my limit to take profit. And you can see it says gain. Maybe hard to see that, but gain is 96. So if I set my bracket here, okay, I'm risking 35 to make $96. So let's click the checkbox. So now my bracket order is set. You can trade right off the chart. The other really great thing is at any point, if I feel like I need to change one side of the bracket order, all I have to do is drag the line up or down, and it tells me how much the gain or loss is going to be. So if I want to move my stop down 10 cents, it goes from 35 to 25, and then check the M, which means to modify the order. So now I'm only risking $25. And then it tells me right here, I'm minus 100, so I'm short 201.42, and I'm down $2 right now. Now you'll notice something different about this layout. It has two different stocks with two different time frames. Technically, there's actually a third time frame. You just don't see it because it's off in another window. So you could have, I know some of my customers have 8 or 10 or more charts because they have multiple monitors. I have 4 monitors. Obviously, one I have to use for my webinar. I use 1.5 or 1 1/3 for my MedVet. I use another window for another platform and another window for web and Skyping. So I have a lot of stuff going on my desktop. But if you want to watch multiple stocks at a time, you can set it up. Now, the way I've got this set up is the top row. If I click up here, any stock I click up here is going to load in this top row. Down here, I have to type on the chart to load the symbol. You'll notice that there's a little push pin right here, a blue push pin. You'll notice it links these boxes together. See, all these boxes are linked. This one has a green push pin, so these two are linked together. The 1 and the 3 minute, and you don't see the 5 minute. Those 3 are linked together, and then the top group is linked together. If I want to trade out of a different account, I can unlink this, and then I can select whichever account. So I can be trading out of 2 or 3 accounts simultaneously. As well. The software allows you to do that. Multiple accounts at the same time. You can also, which you don't see, but I'll open up trading account view. So you can look at all your transactions for the day. Your balances, any positions that you traded or that you're in. So this shows all the gains and losses for the day. And what I'm currently in right now, and the order that I have currently. All right there on the screen. Now, if you like to trade options, which we love to trade options, so from the chart, all I have to do is right click and I can go to the option chain, and that pulls up the full option chain for the queues. And there's different, you can list by calendar, by strike, you can list by spread, straddle, strangles. You can show near the money, in the money, out of the money, or all. And then, so let's say I wanted to buy a put right now. I'm not going to do it, but let's say I wanted to buy the put right here, the 183 put for this week. I would put my mouse on over that, right click, and then select trade, and it shows me which put, QQQ. It's the 183 put. It's going to load a ticket. I pick the number of contracts. I can either select here or I can select here. Market or limit. And then I can buy to open or sell to close. So let's go through. This is my demo account, so that's why it's okay. I'm just showing you how this all works. So if I wanted to buy puts here, I could select buy to open. And then you'll see right here, it filled at $1.41. and then it'll appear under my positions. We go to trading, account view. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Why am I not seeing that? Hold on a second. Hope I didn't accidentally trade that for real. Okay. I don't think I see it. Where is that position? Why am I not seeing it? Oh, I wonder if it was in. There it is. Ah, this is my other demo. Okay. Whew. There it is. 10 at 141. Okay. I was a little worried there for a second. I'm like, did I accidentally just buy that? Actually, keys are starting to drop, so that may. Why is it? Oh, I wonder if that's just commissions. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it's flat right now. But you can trade stocks, options. You can trade pretty much anything from the charts. All right, let me close this out. Okay, I'm out. Actually, the keys just jumped, so. You can do the same with Forex. If you trade currencies, actually, if you want to practice trading currencies, for those that want to learn how to trade Forex, you can. I'll show you real quick. So if I wanted to, let's say, buy the euro. Oops. Let's do market. No, let's say we wanted to short it here. We want to short it right here because it's at the top. There you go. So you can trade Forex. Any account that links to Medved, you can trade live, or if it's a broker that does offer demo. There's only a couple that offer demo. Interactive Brokers offers demo. If you have an old Ally MB trading account, you can trade out of that demo account. You cannot, there's no demo, even though technically TD Ameritrade has a demo, it's only through their thinkorswim platform, so you technically can't connect to that. E-Trade does not have a demo you can connect to, and Ally Invest, just straight Ally, does not have one also. Only the Ally MB Trading or Interactive Brokers. I don't know about the Bitcoin brokers. I would assume they might have a demo as well, but I don't know. So you can see now that that's starting to move in my favor. And if I wanted to close the trade, here's a really cool feature. There's a button called flatten. So if I just want to get out right away, I can hit flatten. Or if I want to reverse the position, I can reverse it. But boom, out of the trade. Made a few bucks. Any questions so far? I had one earlier, but any questions about the platform, about alerts, about any of this? So for those that don't currently subscribe and are interested in getting involved, a couple of things. So if you're interested in learning about equity alerts, we do give, just for equity alerts, a free 7-day trial. I showed you that earlier. You can sign up for a free 7-day trial. That's only the alerts. Okay. And you can see us using the platform and get a feel for the platform. The reason I don't give a trial on the clear lines, because the process to get set up takes a bit of time. So one of the things that I do is I will remote into your computer using TeamViewer, and I will help you set up the platform. And I'll actually spend about an hour with you on the phone going through how to use it and setting it up for you. And you really need a good month anyways to get a feel for it. It's not something you're going to figure out in a couple of days. So if you just want to use the clear lines by themselves, that's $59 if you have an Ally Invest account that's funded. If you have an account with one of the integrated brokers, there is an additional $20 monthly fee, but that's only after 30 days. That's from Medved for their platform. And then if you don't have one of the integrated brokers, you may additionally have to pay for data. That's about another $25 a month. That's why I suggest if you have a TD Ameritrade, you can get your data from there. So, and then I do these ongoing training sessions twice weekly for you guys to come in and ask questions. And you know, this is why I'm here to help my new traders. If you have questions about the platform and want me to show you something, this is where we can do it. And then I also provide ongoing support, and that's through me. I'm the one guy that kind of does it all. So if you get the platform and you're struggling with a couple things, I have a few of my customers I talk to on a semi-regular basis. I call in, I remote into their computer, I show them something, help them out. I know everybody's, thank you, Frank, superstar. Well, everybody's, a lot of you guys are used to the Real Simple WiseTrade platform. This has a lot more to it, so there's a lot more to learn, and I understand that. So I don't mind providing that ongoing support, and I mean that's part of the reason why it's $59 a month for my platform, for the clear lines, because of the ongoing support that I provide to my customers, you know, and remoting in and getting you set up. So again, if you're interested in trying out just the one, you can try the one out. My suggestion is to sign up for both the alerts and the clear lines, because you're going to find out that having a group to trade with makes all the difference. We have a lot of fun every day. We have some great traders in our group. I've kind of coined the phrase "never trade alone," because trading alone is not easy, and it's always great to have a bunch of other eyes helping you find trade ideas and helping you find good entry and exits. And that's a lot of what we focus on. It's not just about getting you in the trade, it's trying to show you where to get out. And we do that, and you'll notice on my charts, you'll see a lot of different things. You'll see some Fibonacci, like on the Qs, I have my first 15-minute fib levels. You see Bollinger Bands on my 3-minute charts. You see the VWAP. We use these different indicators to help us figure out, once we get into a trade, where it might go so we can lock in profit. Like the Qs. Now, I did not trade the Qs today. I missed my 2 trades. There were 2 amazing, and I'm gonna expand this chart. There were 2 great trades that I totally missed today. Unfortunately, due to me being on the webinar and other distractions, I missed both of them. Well, there was a long down here. I totally missed that. But I was watching this short up here, and I missed it, right? Hold on. I'm going to circle this one. This was great. Right there. That was a perfect entry short. Actually, there was a re-entry right here. All right. Those were 2 great trades on the Qs. There was a great long, and that was right off of a fib level, the 127 of the first 15 minute. That was a huge move up. So there were several good trades today. I just was so distracted and so missed them. But what we do is we look at the different levels that we see. We look at the fibs, we look at the pivots, we look at the Bollinger Bands, we look at VWAP to figure out where something's going. So we know where to lock in our profit. This bounced off the bottom band, went to the top band, bounced off the 127, went up to the 382, actually went up to the 786, reversed, and then proceeded to go higher. Down to the 618, up to the 236. So we show you these points because we're watching them very closely to help figure out where we can maximize our profit. We're doing that with our options trades. We're doing that with our stock trades all day long. What was my really good one today? Hold on. I had a really, was it Cisco? Oh, Cisco would have been really great if I would have stuck around a little bit longer. Where was that? Oh, that was this morning. Yeah, that was here. That was right through here, and it came down and hit the VWAP right there. That's the volume weighted average price. It actually ended up going lower. But we look at these levels to help us figure out where stocks are going to. You'll notice here. So it broke through the volume weighted average price. So if you were long down here off the bottom band and the green clear lines crossing, look where it went, right back to the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. So that would have been our target to take profit. Walmart. Did Walmart? Oh, Walmart was great, wasn't it? Yeah. So Walmart, look at that from this morning. Great short. down to the 127, bounced up, tested the 127 again, ran up, went to the 786 and the VWAP right here, kind of stalled out, went to the 618. We kind of follow these lines. They're like little road maps for us. We look for possible places to get in and to take profit, because we use them also to help us with our trades. Like if there was more time to short, this would be a good spot to short Walmart. You got 2 down arrows on the 1 minute. We don't quite have our 3 minute yet. Oh, hold on. I need to move this ahead. Oh, yeah, there you go. You got a down arrow on R4. If there were more than 5 minutes to go in the trading day, I would be shorting Walmart right here, because I got an arrow on the 3 minute and it's at resistance 4. And I got 2 down arrows on the 1 minute, and I got my parabolic stop and reverse above. This was a perfect spot to get short, but not with less than 5 minutes to go. But you can see these levels, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking, and then where would my potential profit target be if we had more time? Oops, that's not what I meant to do. My first target would be right here, the 50% fib, because that's right near the center Bollinger Band. And then so this would be target 1. So what I would do is if it gets close to this, I would tighten my stop. If it gets through that, here's my big target down here. Because you've got the volume weighted average price, you got the bottom in the Bollinger Band, and you got the 786 Fibonacci level. 786 of the first 15. So that would be a big target right there. And that's over $1 from this point. So we look at risk to reward. So you might risk 25 cents for a potential of $1. Again, right now, with a few minutes, it's not a trade we would be doing. There would have to be more time in the trading day. Or earlier, if you caught this right here when it curved up off the fresh 3 minute and it broke through the 127, okay, so you were looking for a long, right here was your long, and you were looking for somewhere to take profit. Well, your first target was here. Once it got through the 100, you had another potential target here. And then you had another target at 786. It actually hit that 786 and came all the way back down, hit the 100, and then bounced again. So we watch these levels to help us. Most people don't know how to use all these together. And we're doing some things that nobody else does, because we're using pivots that calculate on 2 different types of charts. One that uses regular session and another one that uses extended session. So you end up getting, like this chart is using extended pre and post market data to calculate the daily pivots. So that R4 is going to be different than the R4 on this chart, because this one doesn't use that data. So it gives us kind of a little additional hints and heads up that a lot of other traders don't see, because they don't know how we're doing this. We've got some pretty awesome indicators, and we know how to use them really well. All right. Any more questions? So as I was mentioning earlier, this session is being recorded. It will go up on the YouTube page for Equity, and it's a --alerts.com. You can go to our webpage. Any of our pages will have a link to our YouTube page, and then this will be posted later today. You can go back and rewatch this if you want. And again, if you're interested in a trial of just the Equity Alerts, you can do that right here. Click here for a free 1-week trial. If you're interested in learning more about either Equity Alerts or Clear Lines, You can email me right here, kip@equity-alerts.com. You can text me on my cell phone or call me if you have questions. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. We had a pretty good crowd, and have a great afternoon. I'll see some of you guys in the morning in the Equity Alerts webinar, and I'll be back doing this again next week on Tuesday, 3 o'clock Eastern, if you'd like to come back and join again. Next week, we'll probably cover a specific topic for the day or answer your questions. Have a great evening, everyone, and again, thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.